Hi there everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on double integration. I'm Mayur Gohil. We have seen so far the change of order of integration, and we have seen certain practice questions related to that in our previous videos. Now what I'm going to take you to a new kind of concept related to change of order of integration, but slightly different. The question is regarding combining the double integral to the single integral. Now this question is not so popular, but it is still one of the intelligent kind of framing of the question is given to you, and we have to understand it with respect to the double integral and the region that comes under consideration. Okay, it's slightly reversing the process that we have seen when the splitting of region happens. Let me take you to the question. Here the following double integral is been given to us. Okay, so the double integral f of x comma y dx dy, where the limits are 0 to y and 0 to a for the first integral, and for the second one the limits are from 0 to a, y 0 to a square over y and a to infinity. Okay, now one of the most important things to understand here is, in large number of questions you will have this kind of framing given to you, where the double integrals that are given to you are going to have same order. Okay, so here you can see it is dx dy, so this next one also should have dx dy, otherwise there is much more twisting related to the question will be there. Okay, you might have to do it individually if there is something more to that. Okay, and here generally right now the concept is regarding combining the given double integral to a single integral. So let us see first what is the region associated and what are the curves associated to the given double integral, and let's go further. So for understanding purpose, first we make a distinction between the two integral. That let me call the first one as I1 and the second one as I2. Okay, I'll be drawing now the curves that are involved in the I1 and I2. So the step one is draw the curves that are involved. So the first one I can see here in the innermost integral, I can see it is x equals to 0 in the first integral. Okay, double integral I1 has the lower limit here as x equals to 0, so that is y-axis. The next one is x equal to y. Okay, the upper limit here you can see, so that's the 45-degree line. In I2 you can see it is x equals to 0 again, so that's again the y-axis, not an issue. But the next one here, it is x equals to a square over y, you can see here. So if you simplify that, it will give you xy equals to a square. Now this calls me to recall that this is the rectangular hyperbola. So this is how it looks. Okay, so I'm done drawing the curve. When I draw the curve, I am obviously going to now think, are there any intersection points? So I can see here one of the intersection point is there. So calculate the intersection point. So when I go for calculation further, I see here that I get the intersection point a, small a comma a. Okay, so a comma a is the intersection point. Alright, so we are done with the finding of the intersection point and the thing. So it's, there is a point, if you want to plot it on the x-axis and y-axis, that's also fine. Now let us go further. Yeah, I'll be just labeling this point here that it is b 0 comma a. I need that That's the reason. Okay, so let us go further. Now we are going to plot the region associated to each of the double integral that we have labeled I1 and I2. For I1, let us see how it works. You can see the region over here is defined by the double integral limits over here. So first it is type 2 region, dx dy. Okay, it's type 2. So being type 2 region, the projection is going to fall on y-axis. Okay, and here I am going to say here that I1 has the region OABO. How? Let us see. This is the region, because you can see that the first entry point for x-axis is the entry point for x is the y-axis, and the exit point for x is the line 45 degrees. So it's here. Let me just mark it and show you. This is the thing. So it is entering here, exiting here. Alright. Further, when I go, so this is the region that is under the consideration. Once you understand this concept of learning to see the double integral region from the limits, your most of the work is done. Okay, then only the writing of the integral remains. Right now what is it happening is we are trying to deduce the region, okay, carefully. Now further, from I2 what we can see is that the projection is from a to infinity, so it is a to infinity and it is on y-axis. So a to infinity is going to go on the positive direction of y-axis, so it's the entire region is going to come basically, and it is having here the limits are, here you can see x is going from x equals to 0 to this a square over y. So let me show you here. This is type 2 and it is the unbounded region here. Can you see that? Again you draw your this kind of line and you will get that it is entering at the y-axis, exiting at the rectangular hyperbola. So for I2 the shaded region is the unbounded shaded region, that it will be even up also if you shade it, it's okay. Alright, so let's go further. Now this is the region that we have understood, that for the given double integral in two parts we have got this R1 and R2. Now let us go and combine it. Now this is very good way of saying that when you say combine to single integral, obviously it's given to you as two double integrals split up is given to you. When you are trying to combine it, it is one way to say you need to change the order of integration. Okay, you need to change the order of integration. So I am changing the order of integration. This is another way of saying change the order of integration, but now the word comes over here is combine. Let us see now. So f of x comma y dy dx. So dy dx again, so that means you are thinking it as a type 1 region. So when you are thinking it as type 1 region, you draw a vertical line passing across the region. So the entry point is the red dot, so it's the y equals to x is the entry point. Okay, so the lower limit for the innermost integral is x, and for the outermost integral is y x equals to a square, then y equals to a square by x is your answer. Okay, so the limit is going to be this y equals to a square by x is the uppermost limit, and here it is the projection that we are now interested to calculate on x-axis. So that's going to be from 0 to a. Okay, so that's the final answer over here. So what I want you to understand here is this, that this kind of questions are very crucial and they play a very important role in formulating your understanding regarding the double integral. So basically the whole process is that given the double integral, can you draw the region and can you change the order? When the changed order is given, can you again go back to the original question? That's the whole process. So again, if I tell you that if this final answer was given to you and had you been asked to change the order of integration, you would have landed up onto the original question which was given to you, this one. Okay, the whole question. So this is very crucial in double integration, to understand that you can go back and forth in the question and your answer. So that is a very good process of understanding. So this was the example that I discussed with you regarding combining the double integral to a single integral. I hope you like the content and the difficulty level of this question. If you liked it, please hit like button, share it with your friends, those who find this concept important, and subscribe to my channel. Till then, keep solving good amount of mathematics. Thank you.